Hello everyone! Today we are going to learn something new, which is to increase or to decrease a recipe. Increasing a recipe yield. Now remember that a yield is the number of serving that a recipe makes. So if for example you have this recipe, the coconut jelly tapioca, the yield for this recipe is 10 cups. Now perhaps you wanted to increase this because you will be serving a lot of guests and this recipe isn't enough. Now to increase this recipe yield, we will be using the following formula. The desired yield divided by the original yield will give you the conversion factor. So earlier, we mentioned that this recipe will give us 10 cups and you wanted to increase it to 25 cups. So we will use the following equation. 25 divided by 10 is equivalent to 2.5. Now 2.5 is your conversion factor. That is the first step. For the second step, what we will do is we will multiply each of our ingredients to the conversion factor, which is the 2.5. 300 grams grated coconut meat is equivalent to 750 grams. Your 250 ml all-purpose cream multiplied by 2.5 is equivalent to 625 ml. The 390 ml condensed milk multiplied by 2.5 is equivalent to 975 ml. Now our 1/2 cup cooked tapioca multiplied by 2.5 is equivalent to 1 1/4 cup. You might be wondering how I arrived at 1 1/4 cup. I use this table to represent the fractions. 1/2 is equivalent to 0.50. That is what I multiplied with the conversion factor, which is 2.5. Now 0.50 multiplied by 2.5 is equivalent to 1.25. Now, we don't have 1.25 cups, but we do have 1 1/4 cup. The 0.25 now will become 1/4. Next, 25 grams jelly powder multiplied by 2.5 is equivalent to 62.5 grams of jelly powder. We will try another recipe. Now this time our recipe is a cookie. The yield is 20 cookies. Now we will still be using the following formula. The desired yield divided by the original yield equals to the conversion factor. Now remember our DOC. DOC, which is desired yield divided by original yield, equals to our conversion factor. Okay, so the desired yield is 100 cookies. You wanted to increase this recipe to 100, which originally gives you 20 cookies. So we will use the following equation. 100 divided by 20 is equivalent to 5, which is now our conversion factor. We will still again use this table to represent our fractions. 1.5, because 1/2 is equivalent to 0.5 multiplied by 5 equals to 7.5. You have to convert the ingredients to logical measurements, and in the measuring cups, there is no measuring cups that is 7.5 or 0.5, but we do have 1/2 measuring cups. So your 7.5 will now become 7.5 cups. And for the baking powder, 1 teaspoon multiplied by 5 is equivalent to 5 teaspoons. The egg, 1 piece of egg multiplied by 5 is equivalent to 5 pieces. Now for the 1/2 cup of sugar, remember that 0.50 is still equivalent to 1/2. So we will use this. 0.5 multiplied by 5 is equivalent to 2.5. And now again, we have to convert our ingredients to logical measurements. And like what I said earlier, there is no 0.5 in our measuring cups, but we do have 1/2. So our 2.5 cups of sugar will now become 2.5 cups of sugar. Now for the 1/4 cup of butter or margarine, we will be using 0.25 to multiply by 0.5. 0.25 multiplied by 5 is equivalent to 1.25. And then again, we don't have a 0.25 measuring cups, so we will convert, or we will change 0.25 to 1/4. Your 1.25 cups of butter or margarine will now become 1 1/4 cup. So that would be all for the increasing of the recipe yield. Now let us proceed to the decreasing. How about if you wanted to decrease the recipe? You found a recipe online and you wanted to decrease it. So to decrease the recipe yield, we will still be using the same formula. The desired yield divided by original yield equals to your conversion factor, or remember, your DOC. So we have here our recipe. This recipe will give us 40. The original yield is 40, and you wanted to decrease it to just 10 servings. Now, since we will be using the same formula, we will divide 10 by 40. Now, our conversion factor is 0.25. Just like what we did in our previous ingredients, we will multiply our ingredients to the conversion factor, which is 0.25. So 10 pounds of uncooked spaghetti multiplied by 0.25 equals to 2.5 pounds. 60 cloves of garlic multiplied by 0.25 is equals to 15 cloves. 5 cups of olive oil multiplied by 0.25 is now equivalent to 1 1/4 cup. And now the 2 teaspoons of red pepper flakes multiplied by 0.25 is equivalent to 1/2 teaspoons. There is no measurement for salt and black pepper because it depends on your preference. Now for the 2.5 cups of fresh parsley, this is how it gets trickier because, as I mentioned earlier, we have to convert our ingredients to logical measurements. But for the 2.5 cups of parsley multiplied by 0.25, the result is 0.625, and it's very hard to locate in the measuring cup where is 0.625. Now what I opted to do is to convert cups to the nearest unit of measurement, which is the tablespoons. So we will be using the following conversion. As you can see here, 1 cup is equivalent to 16 tablespoons. Now to convert our 0.625 cups to tablespoons, we will use the following equation. You just crush out cups so that you can end up with the unit of measurement, which is the tablespoons. Now 0.625 multiplied by 16 tablespoons is 10 tablespoons. Now this is more logical because it's easier to find 10 tablespoons compared to 0.625 cups. Alright, now let us proceed to the cheese. 8 cups of cheese multiplied by 0.25 is equivalent to 2 cups. Okay, so that is all for the increasing and decreasing of our recipe yield. Now, thank you so much for being with me. I hope that you learned something today. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos. If you have questions, clarifications, or suggestions for future videos, please let me know in the comments section below. Again, thank you.